Hey everybody, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program RP-0. We are in very deep space today. We are rejoining the Kentucky Kev, as it is coming up in about an hour or so with a maneuver node to put it on a much better course to fly by Neptune. This is where we're at. This is where we're going to be. I do not anticipate being able to achieve orbit out of this. I honestly have no idea how much delta V is in the probe itself. The very first step, however, would have been to decouple the service module. It's kind of useless, but it had some fuel, so we've been kind of hanging on to it. I forgot about exactly how obscene the signal delay would be way the hell out here. You can see 13,000 seconds, which translates to roughly 3 hours, 50 minutes or so, give or take. So we're going to be a little late making the burn for this node, and that's fine, because we're going to get a free little oomph from the decouple action, and then this thing is going to act on the power of RCS to correct this node. So I'm just going to bump up the time warpage here until we get our decouple command sent through, which will be right about now. That was fast. There we go. And then we'll just push on this RCS for a very long time. We've got almost a full tank, I should say, here in the probe core itself, and it looks like we're going to lose not a whole lot of it making this mere 90 meter per second correction, but I am probably going to do most of this in map view, although it looks like I could have balanced it a little better. I guess I hit the wrong fuel type again. I thought the near 50-50 mixture was for the thrusters. Maybe I'm wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Certainly won't be the last time. So where are we? Yeah, we're coming in a little late, so I imagine it'll be a little less than spectacularly efficient. But we're going to come in here at about a periapsis of 985 kilometers. I have no idea if that's inside the atmosphere or not. I guess I should look that up, but I will do that from the tracking center after this node is complete, ironically enough, because I just don't feel like wasting the time jumping back there again. But I want to show you what this resultant telemetry is, because this really blew my mind. Look at that. We're basically on an ejection course right now, and we're going to come out, we're going to come up to here, and then whiz back down. We're actually going to be inside the orbit of Earth by many million miles, 40 million, or... No, I'm probably completely wrong on that, but we're going to be mighty close to the sun. Anyway, so little Kentucky Kev here will stay in our lives for quite a while. Maybe we can sling him into other courses, but I'm going to try to do as much of this manually. I'm no longer looking at the node. I'm just trying to guide this in as best I can. The thrusters are pretty well balanced. As you can see, our heading isn't changing all that much. I would just like to keep the inclination from being excessively wonky. Alright, where are we at? Whoa, I forgot I set Triton as the target, feeling extra hopeful that maybe we'd get a flyby there. I don't think it's going to be a thing. That looks pretty good. 1.6 million meters, that is. And this does result in a drastically different trajectory. But, you know, it's not all that bad. I'll say, what does our inclination look like all the way in here? I'm trying to get close enough to where I can see the orbit of Earth. I just don't think that's going to be a thing, because, yeah, that's a single click on the scroll wheel. Anyway, all in all, not that bad. Maybe we can just take a little tippy-tap. Alright, let's get rid of the node so that's not all in my way. 1.3... 614. We'll take that. Fantastic. Yeah, I do want to lock your fuels. Make sure RCS isn't going to go screwing with me, but I don't need the window open. So, alright, we're going to bust out Kerbal Alarm Clock and have him notify us. We can delete this one. Add alarm, SOI change in 1 year, 308 days. Not bad, really, considering how long this mission has been going on. It's now in its 14th year since launch. This was a random flyby encounter that I just happened upon based on some bad clicking and targeting of a flyby of Jupiter This mission was actually intended to be a flyby mission of the moons of Jupiter as part of the Goer project, and we just we happened into this, and we decided to go for it and launch a replacement. So we did, and that was Goer 3. So that's an update here on Kentucky Kev and his mission now to exceed everyone's expectations and go fly by Neptune and then return to the inner solar system for maybe some better, deeper... Whoa. That inclination is all kinds of off. Oh, that's not going to encounter anything at all. Alright, well, we're going to have to fix that. Give me just a second. Dang it. That looks reasonable. 0.2 meters per second. Let's go unlock our fuel and just see if we can't correct this without changing our heading. And maybe without colliding with Neptune. I mean, perhaps. Can we make that a thing? There, that looks fairly reasonable. 2 million meter periapsis. Not going to argue with it right now. Lock your tanks. Enjoy that slow rotation that just looks so cool. Alright, check the map. Where are we at now? Okay. Relative inclination doesn't look so bad. Let's check it against Jupiter. Set as target. 179 degree. Wow, are we gonna come in and slow down so much that we're actually gonna be orbiting retrograde versus the rest of the solar system? I have greatly underestimated your gravity well, Neptune. That is very interesting. So I guess any flybys that we could get would be retrograde? Huh. Well, that is certainly very, very interesting. All these telemetries here are just kind of weirding me out, but I'm pretty sure that these are our Saturn flyby maneuvers. Yeah, that's all of our Jupiter window stuff. That should be Tombaw's Ambassador, headed here to Pluto. We'll get there in a couple of years. No big deal. All right, well, we've got some other things to go check in on, so I will pick you guys up in just a few. All right, and now we're back. And in the VAB, in the interest of utilizing this science collection device, or science generation device that we have, the mobile processing lab, I have built this thing. And it's not fantastic, but it's a first prototype. And if you can tell by the title of where it's going, back to stock KSP, because I called it MoonLab instead of MoonLab. But this is a first prototype of a mobile lab that I hope to kind of revise and update and improve on. But we're going to test it out by sending one to the moon. Yes. This, like I said, is an early prototype. I do hope to make many revisions for it before trying to box up something a little more updated, a little better looking, maybe. And the ultimate goal is to have it be on wheels to be sent to Mars for massive, massive amounts of science and data collection and a part of our long-term Mars project as a whole. But I figure we'll test out the viability and kind of the usefulness and maybe some of the basic layouts, things like power consumption, life support needs, etc., in our own backyard. So we're going to send this version to the moon. My plan currently is to send it up completely uncrewed, empty for the most part. It'll have sandwiches and air and some drinking water. And of course fuel, because it needs it to get down. But the purpose of this basically is to become a permanent fixture on the moon. Once it gets there, it's not coming back up on its own. We'll land it on the moon, and then also as part of practice for a long-term Mars project, we're going to update our lunar lander as kind of a basic prototype. It's more of a skills test, basically to practice pinpoint landings. I know it's a completely different ball game on Mars than it is on the moon, because you've got the atmosphere doing at least some of the work slowing you down. It's not all engines. like it is on the moon, but it'll at least give me a couple of rounds of practice as far as landing things very close to each other, hopefully within the range where I could actually, while I'm thinking about it, KIS connector port, I was going to include a couple of these so that if we could land a storage container of some kind nearby, like a life support or a resupply, we could hook them together with these things, transfer over necessary life support, and then, I don't know, push the container ship down a hill or something. So, yeah, I completely lost my train of thought now. I have no idea what I was doing. That works. All right, we're going to land this on the moon. We're going to try to land a lunar lander very close in its proximity, a new updated one with a 3-person crew, because we're going to need 2 scientists and then maybe a pilot or somebody to sit up here, maybe even just 3 scientists. Maybe we'll make a 4-person lander, because we're going to need the pilot to, right, probably a 3-person crew, 2 scientists and a pilot. They will land, they will board this thing, they have enough life support to be on station for a year. When their research is as complete as it's going to be, or when their life support supplies start running low, they will exit this thing, board back into the lander, and then take off back into orbit to rendezvous with whatever their transfer vehicle was, probably some rendition of an Artemis, and then return to Earth. Or maybe we'll just bring them resupply missions every now and again. But anyway, when it's time for them to go, they'll jump back into whatever they came in, launch back up into orbit, and come home. So that's the plan so far. Just this piece is going to take 229 days to put together, and that's at our rather, 6 build points a second is not, light by any means. But we still probably need to put, what are you looking at, 60 tons? Yeah, we're probably looking at a DN1X at least. That's going to be the RS-25 and RD-171M variant of the DN1A. It will more than likely have a HG3 or J2 upper stage for lunar transfer. But that's going on the drawing boards. I've got many other things to get to long before this thing is ever going to be completed. But I'm probably going to slap a rocket underneath it sometime soon and start to get things together. Where's my build list? VAB. As you can see, we've got upgrades for our Tremonia station. Mars Lab Bravo is the updated one. That's going to go out next Mars window, as is the station resupply. But other than that, we've got our crew coming home from Mars. They'll be here in about a month and a half, 2 months time, so we'll be getting to that very soon. So lots of neat and exciting things coming up, and the best part about this is you can probably watch it live, provided you're not seeing this months later. But on Friday, November 3rd, 7 p.m. over on my Twitch channel, that's twitch.tv/TeamMcMason, I'll be doing part of the 24-hour Gameathon for Extra Life, and a lot of that's going to be right here in KSP, doing things for this RP-0 series. So I really hope you guys will come hang out with me over there and keep me entertained, or just yell docking port alignment indicator over and over and over again. I would greatly appreciate it. So anyway, sorry for the super short episode. Midterms are kind of kicking me in the butt, and prep for Extra Life 2017. So that's going to do it for this episode, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I'm sorry it was very tiny. But hopefully I will see all of you on Friday, November 3rd, 2017, over on Twitch. So thanks for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it, and I will see all of you later. So until then, see ya.